Hey guys, Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com. We're here with Maria Spedoske at Fitness XT. We're going to ask Maria some basic questions. We always like to start out these interviews asking you, your full name, which is important, and I think you've got some feedback on that. Your height and weight, and when we do weight, I always like to ask for your contest weight and your regular weight. Some ladies keep the same weight throughout the year, others, put on a little bit to gain muscle or whatnot. So if you could just tell us that.
Okay, my name is Maria Spedoske. I am 5'7". My show weight's usually about 112. Off season, about 120. And this is Liberty Gray, my trainer. Hey there.
Okay, so talk to us how you first got started, not so much competing, but in the gym. Like, what inspired you to lift weights, do cardio?
I actually picked up the kettlebell sport because I was getting a lot of injuries when I was running. I was a big cardio junkie. Actually, I still am. So I decided I needed a little bit more strength, and that would pick up my pace and become a faster runner.
Okay.
So I started doing kettlebells about 3 years ago.
Yeah, so we incorporate the traditional training as well as the kettlebell training into the physique ladies, so they can get the best of the cardio element that comes with the higher reps with the kettlebell training. Plus we train in that hypertrophy range, so they get the growth that they need for the muscularity.
Awesome. And so talk to us a little bit about, when I first came in, you had said that you were a cardio junkie and that you were limited in your cardio. Talk to us about that.
I am. I've been running for about 3 years, and this year I decided to start competing and doing physique stuff. So I feel like I wasn't putting enough muscle on, and I think that's because of the cardio. So just recently I started kicking back on the cardio and only running about once a week for Liberty's advice.
Right. So we're working on that. Sometimes it's hard to get away from that endorphin rush, so we're working on other ways to fulfill that, through the heavier strength training, less time, the body type too. She has more of an ectomorph body type, so long and lean, and they don't really need to do a lot of cardio more than, a person that has the larger frame. They might need to do that for dieting down. But Maria's already lean, so now we're just going to work on the anti-lean and, build her up a little bit. So maybe popping up from bikini up to the fitness model or the figure.
Okay. And talk to us about the, sort of the approach of using kettlebells, because I still think that usually people, when they see kettlebells, they think of powerlifting or strongman, but, you're doing bikini and possibly figure, and it looks like it's working great for you. So how does that work?
Right. Well, muscle is muscle. So basically we do all the traditional strength lifts as well as, the kettlebells are based on the powerlifting lifts. So it's a combination of, getting down and heavy on the leg press and the squats and whatnot. But then when we're utilizing more of the ballistic type lifts, the powerlifting lifts, they're building a different type of muscle.
Okay.
So it's really a nice blend between the two. One is going to provide a little more hardening, so to speak, and then the other one is hypertrophy or growth. So we have the best of both worlds in the kettlebell team.
Okay, awesome. And if both of you can just sort of close us out with, I was telling you when I first came in, a lot of ladies want to compete, but they're scared whether they're scared not to look feminine, which you both do, or they're scared that their friends and family may not accept them. What tips would you give them? I mean, if they're thinking about competing, chances are they really want to do it, and something's holding them back.
I think the first thing would be go to a show and just check it out. Check out the atmosphere and just the motivation and the positive energy just between the women that are competing. It's a great experience.
Okay. And if you can
Bring
tell
the
me,
family.
yeah, if you can tell me one more thing too, how important is it to be a part of a team? When you're going to these competitions and you're training and you're getting ready, how important is that support network?
It's definitely a priority. It's what gets me through the shows. It's
the camaraderie backstage, there's a lot of nervous energy when the girls are back there, and they have each other to rely on, and they can go out, and be showing themselves as a proud person for the team. It's not just their own, personal journey. It's they're representing a larger,
It might sound like a cliche, but yeah, it's like the power of the sisterhood. It's like we're all going through this journey, and it's really not about the destination. It's about our journey.
That's awesome. What is the team called that you're a part of?
Fitness XT Physique Team.
Awesome. And how can people find the gym? Like, what's the address here? Do you have a website?
Yeah, if they go to fitnessxt.com, There's a Grand Rapids page and a Big Rapids page. We have 2 locations.
Okay.
And so they can choose whichever they're closest to, and there's some information on there about the physique team and all the other services we offer. So they can check that out, contact me. And, you're going back to that question, the women fearing the larger muscle or looking like a man. Really those are myths that are out there in the media where people are on drug enhancements and things like that. And we only train natural competitors. So they don't have to fear that they're going to look a certain way or look manly, because it's a very feminine look, but yet a strong and powerful kind of female thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
And you'll see all the photos and videos at StrengthAddicts.com, and make sure to check out
Liberty Gray Fitness XT.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.